Hello everyone. Well, hot on the heels of my last unboxing, well, my last unboxing to me, not to you, I've just unboxed, at the time of making this unboxing, I've just unboxed that big Hoover Conquest commercial upright vacuum, and I was very pleased with it. Now this is the next cleaner I've got to unbox today. Didn't know you could buy boxes with eBay written on it. So this is a clue to where it's come from. As the vast majority of my older vacuums come from, is eBay. Right. It's a very small box considering what's in it. When the postman handed me this, I thought, oh, what's that? And then I saw where it was from. I thought, oh, they've squeezed it in. I mean, it's not a hugely big cleaner, but it is a full-sized cleaner. And it's got issues, this. And the main issue being, it's missing its small cleaning tools. But I think I've either got them or I can obtain them. Still, you can still get them. It might take a bit of searching on eBay to find them, but I will find the tool set for this. Now, this isn't in bad condition. Now, it does look very black and yucky, but this all comes off. It reminds me of my mum's vacuums when I was living at home, and she had all the kids there and all the dogs. The bottoms of her vacuums often got black like this. This comes off. Yeah, now looking at it, it is a little quite worn actually. There's little rubber teeth here that are supposed to help with pet hair. They're pretty worn down. But then the nozzle will clean up well. This is a flip over floor tool, and I understand that in America you never got this type of tool on a Hoover cleaner. They're not very good, to be honest. Performance wise, might be better for hard floors than carpets, but anyway, so it's this side with the Hoover logo the right way up. Can we see it? That's for your hard floors, and then you flip it to clean your carpets. You just flip it with your foot. And here is the hard floor side. You can see when you flip it, it closes over like that. This side for floors, it says on there. And these brushes, they're a bit filthy, but everything cleans up, you know. Everything looks better after a good wash. Now, I did notice, and the hose end's okay this side, but it is split. And this used to happen. I've seen this before. But again, I think I might have a spare hose for an upright that I don't want. I could possibly get the cuff off and replace it. I'm not terribly disappointed that that's like that. Well, I saw it was like that in the picture, so I knew. Right, did I get a no? Let's say, where are the tubes? Ah, well, it does have one nozzle. I don't remember. Oh, possibly it did have in the listing. I haven't been able to get it off. Well, it has one nozzle, but it's in poor shape, and the fact that I can do that to it means that the pip has broken. You shouldn't be able to move that nozzle round. I can't even get it off the tube, which is probably why it was packed with it on. But that's had a lot of use, folks, that nozzle. Can you see that? They've gone very hard as well, those rubber teeth. And it's missing quite a few teeth too, look. So I will be sourcing another one of those. So it needs an all-purpose nozzle, a crevice tool, and a dusting brush. That's what this machine would have come with, I think, when it was new. This is very bottom of the line budget cleaner. I'm hoping there's another tube. If not, that's no great disaster either. Oh yes, there is. There we go. At least, you know, these clean and polish up okay, and at least these plastic parts, which can often break, at least they're intact on this Hoover. Right, what is the model? I've forgotten. I think it's gone a little discoloured. I don't know if it would have been. This is sort of it's more of a mustard orange than orange, and I kept the same clothes on. I unboxed my orange Hoover commercial, and it's a clash, a definite clash. I can't be clashing with the vacuum. Hang on, folks, I'm going to sort this out. I'm back, folks. Now, I don't quite match, but that tones in better, I think, for my viewers. Don't you? Don't you think that's a little bit of a better tone? Not quite the same, but you know, they go together. Now, There we go. So this is, I can't even remember what model this is, but this was a very budgety cleaner. I do remember a school friend's mother having one of these, and they lived in a fairly big house, and the vacuum didn't really go with the house. I thought, what? You've got one of these cheapo doodahs? And I'm that old, I remember seeing these brand new in the Co-op in my old hometown of East Grinstead. They had a selection of vacuums, so I remember seeing this. It's not an exciting vacuum cleaner particularly, but it's a vacuum and it's a Hoover, and I do like the old Hoovers. Let's see what model it is, because I've completely forgotten. It'll be underneath here. Ah, that's broken. Now, I didn't even know that this model had a caster, but it obviously used to. But at least it's got that part. So there's a possibility I can source something, if I can ever get round to it, to fit in there. Unless you know of anywhere where I could get, it would need the axle and the wheel. Do you have one? Do you have one of these really beaten up that you don't mind donating this part? That would be great. I just thought it didn't have that. I just thought it was on skids, because at the bottom it does have a couple of wheels as well. It's missing a screw, I've noticed, but that shouldn't affect it too much. Well, while we're here in this area, we can have a look at the rating plate. Okay, so it's Hoover model 427, 40 to 60 hertz, 600 watts, this one, double insulated. And the serial, can we date this, folks? The serial is 042780 106739, trademarks of Hoover Limited, made by Hoover Limited, Great Britain. So this is very much a no-frills vacuum cleaner. There are no deluxe features whatsoever. This would be on a par with an Electrolux, and I can't recall the model, but I did show you it in my Advent brochure series. And there was an Electrolux that would have been their equivalent of this. I might be wrong, but I'm thinking Electrolux 87. I could be wrong. But again, this is basic bare bones. It's got a metal body, plastic end caps, a rocker switch, a carry handle, which I'm not sure if that was part of the cord storage. I'm not even sure it does that. If you've got the instructions for this, folks, or you know, because the cord won't store that way unless you were to do this. There's no, well, you could do it like that, I suppose, but I'm not sure if it was supposed to. Does it go like this? You'd think there'd be indentations possibly to keep the cord on. It might not have even had that facility. It does though, looking, I've just noticed. It does have a blower outlet, so you can use this for blowing. Wonder how, I mean, this is safety approved and everything, but I can see the motor and I can see metal parts of the motor. I can get my finger in there, but it must be safe, hopefully. You got one little Hoover logo on the side there, slightly different colouring to the regular red and white one. Let's see if it's got a bag in it. I think this probably uses a cloth bag. It might have had a combination of cloth and paper. That's a little bit damaged. I think that bit's metal. In my restoration, I don't think I'm going to do a huge amount. I think just a good strip down. Well, not a full strip down, a partial strip down and a clean and a polish. I could possibly get some enamel paint and fix that up, but it's all a question of have I got time, you know. It says metal. Oh, and that comes right off. Different colour on the inside. Now, I don't think that's because the machines change colour with the sun. Because it's that colour inside it as well. It's not, I don't think it would fade, would it? I'm not sure. But that bit's metal. That's plastic. And here is a cloth bag. Ugh, and a dirty, dirty cloth bag. Oh, crikey. But you can, even if I can't get the bags, I think I can get a paper bag that will fit inside that, because I think that's what you normally would do to give an extra layer of filtration. You could put a paper bag inside and fold it over the top and use it like that. this is going to have to be cleaned, obviously. If I can't find a paper bag that fits, and I think I did have a quick look online, I could find some, I could always cut up another fleece type bag from another make. Oh wow, I don't really want to get that out. I don't know if it's hard to see, but that is absolutely, I'm not touching that, folks, but that is absolutely full chock-a-block. Now if I wash that filter in there, it might disintegrate, but there's something I can cut to fit. I'm not bothered about that, and I can certainly guarantee, well, it's very unlikely that the original filters will be available for this machine, but something will be able to go in there to give it a better filtration. It's not like I'm going to be using this around my home. Okie dokie, that's it, apart from a quick plug in and a quick go, and then that's today's unboxing done. Let's put the old tubes together, and I might have to struggle off camera to remove this nozzle from this extension wand. Well, I can't get that all-purpose nozzle off the tube at the moment, so it may need a bit of a soak in water, so I'll leave it for now. I'm fairly confident that this will be okay because it has been electrically tested for safety. So in goes the plug. Let's see if it's going to turn on now. It does turn on, but that doesn't sound too healthy. No, it doesn't sound too healthy to me. That's probably a motor strip down and a lube job, which I haven't time at the moment to do, but it goes. I mean, it might sound better. Ooh, made a funny noise. It might sound better when the bag's washed and it's got a better filter in it, but it's probably sounding dry. I'm sure there's people who are saying their motor's dry, the bearings are dry, lube them bearings, baby, or whatever people say. Anyway, I'll put a little bit of dirt down, but just some rolled oats and stuff, just to, you know, give a quick demo. Well, I'm having to bend for this because I've only got one tube attached. Don't expect miracles, folks. Not too bad. Ooh, it's made that noise again. It makes this funny noise just as it's winding down. Oh dear. I'm gonna unplug it. I don't know, there's something about metal-bodied vacuums as well that scares me more. Because of course metal conducts electricity. Anyway, it sounds a bit poorly, doesn't it? But never mind. It's a nice example, I suppose. It will be nicer when I've finished with it. Hopefully it'll be sounding nicer. It picked up the bits, but that was just surface dirt. It has left a few of the tea leaves. But, well, it did better than I expected, to be honest. So there you go. That's the end of the video for today. What is the model? I've forgotten. It's a 427. So thanks for watching my unboxing and initial first look and very brief demo of the Hoover Model 427 vacuum. Please date this for me if you can, if you go back to my the bit on the serial number. But I think this is from the late 70s, possibly into the 80s. This might have survived into 1980. I'm not sure. I've never had a brochure personally, I don't think, with one of these particular ones in. The earliest brochure that I've got in my collection that I picked up myself from a shop is from 1982, and this wasn't in it. The cleaners that were in it, I think it was a Hoover suction cleaner brochure, and it had the first Sensortronic range in, the first compact range. It had the Freedom 750, the Freedom 1000, the metal-bodied dustette, and as far as I remember, the only other cylinder vacuum was the latest celebrity. It might have had the latest constellation in, I'll have to check, but it certainly had a celebrity in it. So there you go, that's my mustard colour Hoover cleaner, Hoover cylinder cleaner. Thanks for watching. Any comments? Comment below, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.